Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on a private jet up in the hell and back. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Get murder here. He counting money. He said, "Cam, man, the hell with rap. I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome, ass. I bought jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white Vickers. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah. I don't like niggas, what's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan. I look and say, take flight, nigga.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app. Use code MACECAM or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash with your first deposit and a free pick. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your host Cam. Mase is out today with the flu, but he'll be back. Cam, how you feeling?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. I'm feeling good. That nigga Beffa, he flying around like a pilot all the time. I told him you keep getting in them planes, there's germs in there. I can't forget the preacher name. He said he fly private because it's like being in a tube with demons. Kenneth, I can't think of the nigga name. He said the plane is being a tube. I didn't say that. I still fly commercial unless it's an emergency or unless I need to be somewhere. I'm not private all the time. It's an expensive habit. But yeah, it's a lot of germs on the planes. I would still mask up if I were a lot of y'all out there. Be careful.
Yeah, definitely a lot going on. But Mase, we hoping you feel better.
Yeah.
Today, we are joined with our analyst, Maurice Clarett. Maurice, how you feeling?
Look at Titletown. Look at fucking Titletown. Look at Titletown. Yeah, Mo. Yeah, congratulations, man. Yeah,
man.
yeah. How you feeling, though?
I'm feeling like the first thing I want to do is show off my funky little backpack to Coach Prime.
Nigga trying to...
I'm coming taking shots.
Oh, shit. You know, I ain't gonna... Are you trying to get it Coach Prime? Okay, I see what we doing. Yo, Mo, listen. Hold up, Mo. I'm gonna let you go because this your show today. Titletown, everything. And I'm not gonna do it. But you know we keep receipts up here. I know. Okay. We know how you was feeling last season now. Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay. We keep receipts. I'll leave it alone. But
we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. It's your day. It's your turn to shine. Congratulations, man. Go ahead and tell me what you're going to tell me because, you know, we got a lot of questions and we need to get to the game. Questions about the game, about how it went down, the environment, so on and so forth. Yeah. Start off with what you was about to say. My apologies.
No, I was just joking. I was really joking, but it was serious. It was a special moment. But I wear that backpack everywhere I go. And I just remember at the beginning of the season when I kept talking about my team issue gear, my backpack, Coach Prime came and clowned me. And I said, well, I had to show my backpack and my confetti and the credentials and the forces because we stood on business and all of just before I retired the Ohio State gear, I just had to show it off one last time. So that's been a phenomenal experience, though.
Mo, you got confetti with you? Yo, Mo, that's...
Oh, yeah.
Mo kept the confetti with it? Oh, shit. Listen.
Yeah, some of that.
Yo, listen, real quick, man. Now listen. Your credentials, all that. Yeah, listen, man. Listen. First and foremost, congratulations. You know, I'm really a Buckeye. I'm Coach Prime first nowadays. But, you know, I lived in Ohio. I actually got the experience with being around Ohio State football was like, not to extent of you. Of course, I mean, I was out there living there when you was actually playing. So just to know how much this means to the city of Columbus, because, you know, you think about Cincinnati, a major city with pro teams. You think about Cleveland, a major city with pro teams. But this is the pro team for Columbus, Ohio. And I know that it was such a disappointment losing to Michigan last year, and then not just losing to Michigan last year, them going on to win the title was just super duper heartbreaking. Then this year at the end of the season, losing to Michigan, they try to plant the flag, pepper spray from police, altercations. We talked to you And just to show your maturity, when that altercation happened, how you took important players to the back of the locker room, so on and so forth, to the moment that you guys are at the day before yesterday and the high that you still are on is nothing but congratulations. Shout out to all my family and friends that I still affiliate with in Columbus, Ohio. Like I said, this is I still say our because I still feel like I'm part of Columbus. Our, but not as much as Mo. Championship. And whether it's professional, not professional, this is official Titletown. This is the 7th championship for Ohio State as a franchise, Mo. It's so dope to see you as a player get one, and then as a consultant or mentor, whatever your title is. They were giving you props. Me and Larry were just talking about how, I don't know if you heard about it. Obviously, you didn't hear it because you were on the field, but they were giving you props, not just with Ohio State, but how you contribute in Connecticut as well. So the cast that were doing the broadcast showed you much love. I love to see you on the sidelines. Look, you won, I won, and it felt really good, pause, just to see you be a part of that, knowing where Ohio State finished the season. The regular season, pardon me, to where they finished the end of the regular season, the most games played in college football history, the first 12-team playoffs team ever, and you guys did it. Congratulations again before we get to the game, man. I just had to give you all that. Pause.
No, I definitely appreciate it, man. I think, and probably on a more serious level now, after I was joking, but man, it was, I don't know, I was talking to Nick before the show, and to say surreal was probably like an understatement. But, when we first left the stadium, so, everybody comes down to the locker room and you go to the stadium, you park your car, and then you have like a caravan of cars leaving. And sometimes like you just have moments where you understand how significant it is based on the support that you get. And at 41, man, I was on a bus and we were heading to the airport. And when you see, like, mind you, it was like 9-10 degrees. And we were leaving to head to the airport, man. You had, mothers and fathers and uncles and kids and all type of people with signage. And I don't know, for whatever reason, like it hit me. I was like, man, it's people who like have a deep love and appreciation for this stuff, right? And that's kind of like hinting to your conversation about like when you're here in Ohio, like these people love it. I'm pretty sure that, Texas or states or areas where you don't have a pro team that, it's magnified, to that degree. And I just remember riding to the stadium like that. That put me in a mind frame like, man, these people really depend on these kids, this coach, to really get this thing done. It's not to say I didn't know it before, but sometimes when you see like the way you affect people or the way that they act towards, these kids going to play football is like a big deal. And so then when we get to the hotel down in Atlanta, we went through our normal routine and just all the stuff that you go through, your normal pregame practice, the meetings and all that stuff. And it was like another significant moment. I wasn't going to share it, unless they won, just because I don't think he would mind me, sharing it. And so, we get done with the, what is it called? The walkthroughs, the day of the game. And Ryan Day had called me over into he was like, hey man, just come and walk with me. So he grabbed me, we go walk down the hallway and we get to these two chairs and we sit down. And the man just just started talking to me about just his journey and, obviously the losses and the way that, it affected him, it affected his family, and just how it personally weighed on him. But also pairing my life and just sort of some of the things that happened to me, I see your life through me and through this whole journey and vice versa. Right. And so you really don't even understand the impact that you having on these people as you're moving along. But then the day of the game, it was the anniversary of his father who had basically committed suicide. And so the man just started to he had this moment and I'm thinking to myself, man, out of all these people, being assistant coaches, his mother, his kids, everybody that he's been on with through this journey, he chose to share this moment. And I seen how serious that, all of these things, basically these interconnected, emotional moments and serious moments and your family. And man, it was at that moment, I was like, man, just on a spiritual level, man, I need this dude to win this because I don't want him to identify this day as something that crushes him. And, once he wins, he can go on to tell the story about how he persevered and all this other stuff. And so I know I kind of got off track with that, but I wanted to make sure I told that part of the story to begin all this, because when I went to the game, man, it just wasn't about the game. It was about wanting somebody to have their moment. If you've ever wanted somebody else to have their moment, but but that was like the leading up to the game. And so I just knew at that moment, man, the day was going to be significant.
Nah, that's what's up, man. That's a dope story, man. And my condolences and my congratulations to Coach Day, as well as the organization out there in Ohio, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Super dope. So yeah, you have a lot of bragging rights. So we know that Ohio beat Notre Dame 34-23. Maurice, you were there in the flesh. Can you kind of talk to us a little bit about that experience? What was going on through your head, seeing everybody there? What were the vibes like?
Hold on, Mo, real quick before you do that. I know we was making fun of Coach Brown, but you don't want to talk about Stat in Miami all year? They was behind Michael Irvin. I might bring you back tomorrow for Mike Ass. When Mike Ass get up here tomorrow, we might bring you up for a segment with Mike Ass, because you know I was Ohio State until y'all niggas tried to play the little video game on me. I had to go in my shit. But I'm Mike Irvin. You don't try to put me in Dion. Mike Irvin in Miami. You don't want to say nothing to that before we get into the atmosphere? Because there's popping shit out. I think I want to bring you back for 5 minutes tomorrow when Mike Ass get up here. Because they was talking shit. They was feeling themselves. What do you have to say about the Miami organization?
Hey, well, look, we crushed Miami 20 years ago. We crushed their hopes, their spirits, and they ain't been the same ever since. I'm just calling it how it is. I'm just calling it how it is.
Talk that shit, Mo. That's what I want to hear. That's all.
I can't be excited. I can't be happy. Like 20 years ago, I was free. Like, I was 3 years old. Me and Mike got a good alliance, okay? We were hyped, as we should be, because this hasn't happened to us. But we ain't talking about us. Next season.
I ain't want niggas to just get at me. Niggas been up here talking shit all year. Again, I just wanted to be a team.
Well, I do have to come clean. So I'm gonna throw Mase up under the bus today, especially since he ain't here to even defend himself. He just have to defend himself tomorrow, right? So there was 2 videos made by Coach Day with you and Mase, and Mase was like, "Yo, I'm gonna come out there and I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna act like that this is my team because it's Cam." And then Mase stood me up. So Coach Day really showed you love, but Mase stood me up. He was supposed to come to the game, and my man never showed up. So it made it look like you was outcast. But I told Coach Day how much you loved Ohio, how much you shout us out. I played the song for him. I let him see the whole deal, but Mase ruined the party. That's it.
Oh, man. Well, send me my video so I can post the shit now that we won this shit. Ain't too late for me.
No.
Send me the motherfucking video so I post the shit on my own social and all that shit. I ain't know I had a video. Send me my shit, please, for my own personal use.
I'm going to send you the video.
All right, man. All right, bet. But yeah, Mo, back to Stats question, man.
Just tell us about your experience and the vibes that were going on when you were there for that championship game.
No, if it, like any championship experience, man, it's everybody anybody who's within the area who can basically connect with somebody to get inside the stadium. They were there. In Atlanta, they did a good job. They did a good job at the hotel. They did a good job. I'm talking about the theatrics, the decorations, to make these kids feel like that they were in a big moment. All the hospitality. I will tell you this: the security guards, the bus drivers, and everybody who was part of support staff. All these dudes were like, "Yo, love you on the show," and just shouting out, like, just happy about just the whole festivity, right? But when we got over to the stadium, man, it was like, like a heavyweight bout. You know what I'm saying? You had Marcus Freeman, who was basically trying to establish himself as he wasn't trying to establish himself as the first young black head coach to win a national championship, but those guys were prepared and ready. And obviously the young dudes for Ohio State was ready. But I'm telling you, the thing that gave me more confidence than anything, and I say this all the time, like, even when I'm advising teams, consulting with teams, or just lending my opinion towards what's going on, whenever you have guys in the locker room pregame who are trying to hype themselves up to basically get ready to go play a game of football, and you can kind of check all of like the extra theatrics and like the dudes are trying to play like the super violent music to get crazy on purpose, like that sort of like mentality never works. And you can tell that place that they're functioning from is different. But when you have guys who are just prepared, they got a calm demeanor, and it seems like that they're just ready to carry out the plan that they have. That's what basically everybody has seen from the Tennessee game to the Oregon game to the Texas game and then to this game. And I remember walking over to coaches and I said, bro, I don't even have a worry because these guys have been even keel throughout the entire postseason like this. and you've seen the results. And so it was beautiful to watch pregame. It was highly energetic. Notre Dame, very classy fans. I will say that. They took the loss well. Before the game, it was very social and very cordial. And so I just enjoyed the whole experience, but enjoyed it more even winning it all.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: a couple things about the game. When they came down and scored on their opening drive, were you like, "Oh shit, we in trouble," or you was like, "All right, that's good. We gonna get right back at these motherfuckers"? What was your mentality? I know that you're not in the necessarily, and I see you talking to players when they come off the field and everything. I know you're not actually calling plays or anything else. What was the feeling like when they came and scored on that opening drive?
When I seen how long it took, I knew they couldn't sustain it, right? And what I mean is that when you take a football team and you take 300-pound linemen, I'm not talking about the athletes, to go and score or to go on 10 and 12 play drives and to have to beat us like that all season, that was the first thing we said. I was like, oh, they can't sustain us, right? That was the first one, right? The second one was that we knew if we scored real quick and we put them back on the field, we would start to chip away at them because they're not built to go out and score 28, 35, or 42 points. And so for anybody, this is just for an educational purpose. Typically in football, the offense has a scripted first 15 plays. And that script is pretty much like them trying to take advantage of something that they've seen throughout the week, where they're going to throw a new alignment at you. They're going to throw a new formation at you. They're going to throw something different just to see how you line up. And then after the first series goes out, or the first two series go out, basically teams start to warm up, they get loose, and they start to adjust to what they see. But after that first series, we weren't worried because we score fast. We could put up 35 or 42 points relatively fast. And we just knew that if we did that, or if they make a mistake, that they couldn't compete.
Also, that's a good point, because y'all motherfuckers came back and scored quick. Towards the end of the game, it looked like y'all had this sign sealed, delivered. It was over. Then they made a quick run, and it looked like, well, if they do this or they do that, there's a lot of things that needed to go right. Was it anything in particular we was like, we can't let this shit slip away? Because I don't know how many yards you guys needed, but when y'all threw that 35-yard bomb with probably 2 minutes left or something like that, that's what really sealed it. But it was a couple things they could have did. Now, when the motherfucker coach from Notre Dame, it was fourth down, and I get it was 4th and 9, he wasn't getting in the end zone, he tried to go for a fucking field goal. Mathematically, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Because 3 points still wasn't going to help. If you got 2 touchdowns, down 16 points. I would have went for it. But was there any point towards the end of the game where you were feeling like, we better not fuck this up? Or were you confident with about 6-7 minutes left? Because me, as a secret Ohio State fan this year, I'm like, these motherfuckers better not fuck this shit up. They better not let these motherfuckers come back and fuck this shit the fuck up, because it was looking like potential for that. Did you feel that way, or you was like, we ain't gonna let this slide?
No, I felt that way when we started getting all those penalties. You have to remember, probably from the middle of the second quarter on to the fourth quarter, I would venture to say we probably had 6 or 7 pass interferences. And so, that just extends the drive. And we just basically kept on, for lack of better words, shooting ourselves in the foot, because you keep on extending the drive. You keep the defense on the field. You start to give these people momentum. And I don't think that there's one thing that people on TV can't feel. It's the momentum and the energy from the fans. You know what I'm saying? And you start to get the kids and the sidelines into the game. You start to give just some sort of energy that these kids didn't have before when they keep on extending the drives. And that same feeling adversely works towards our guys. And I can see our guys kind of getting discouraged, man, you keep on holding this motherfucker back here. Now, they ain't say that, but I'm pretty sure that their body language is saying that, come on, motherfucker, damn, we had these dudes 2 and out, and we have to get off the field. So our entire sideline for a moment felt like that, because they kept on extending the drive and they were moving the ball down the field at a faster clip than what they normally do. So what Notre Dame does is they run the quarterback. They want to get 4 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards. They'll wear you down over time in hopes that you give them a couple fumbles, and then they can just make make touchdowns and field goals off of that, and then beat you just by, just wearing on you. You know what I mean? And that was it. And so I got nervous around that time. That's the period that you're talking about.
Got you. looking at, so congratulations again. Looking at, and that's the one thing I love about Vegas, is that these motherfuckers, the game is over 5-6 minutes. I'm exaggerating, maybe 30 minutes. And they have predictions for next year already. Shit, you ain't even gather up your confetti yet, Mo. These motherfuckers are making predictions for next year. So right now, you can sit here and predict or go gamble or make a bet on who's going to win next year college football. Right now, Texas is number 1. You guys are number 2. How are you feeling about Ohio State's chances on repeating next year?
I feel great for a number of reasons. And I can tell you the reason I feel great, I want to back up and say 2 things. And so I don't formally have I don't have a role. I don't have a title. I don't have anything. I have more of a friendship with Ryan Day, and I have more of just he allows me to exist in the space of the team and help where needed. So I don't know what that's called. He don't know what it's called. And I say, we're not even going to call it nothing. I'm just going to help you run the organization, right? And so that's like, for anybody who may be wondering, like, what do you do? It's just more helping him and then helping to run the organization, right? That's how I would title it, right? But the second part of that is that I believe that Ohio State has another chance. And this is the difference. And I don't care if you're a football coach, basketball coach, if you run a business and organization, it's almost the same thing, right? Every coach starts out the season, or every business starts out with like a mission, a vision, or whatever, right? And throughout the season, throughout the process, you're trying to sell guys on what we need to do, how we need to do it, how we need to practice, and everything, right? And one thing that I have seen in UConn, Danny Hurley, Luke Murray, Kimani Young, all those guys, they didn't have to preach and push the message after so long. It was the players who was driving the message and driving the culture and driving expectations and hold each other accountable and searching for excellence, right? And when I look at Ohio State, it was like them getting to that point progressively throughout the season where the players and the culture of the team had just basically started to chase excellence. And so when I look at these young kids, a lot of young kids who are coming back who will basically be on the field next year, and I can see that they believe in the messaging. They've experienced the highs of the highs. They've been through just turmoil. And I love people who've been through turmoil because you've shown how you can respond to something adverse. It's the story of my life, right? And so for that reason, and I'm pretty sure the reason that they have Texas being number 1 is because you have the Manning kid coming back, and we don't have Archie Manning, and we don't have our quarterback coming back, and we have to pick somebody new, so you don't know what that is. But I just believe in the core pieces and the culture that he's basically set out. I think that those things are the reason that we become the front runner. But then also after you go out and do it one time, you have a belief that it can be done again. So I'm going to pick us number 1. And those are the reasons that I just think the culture is so embedded right now that it's hard to break.
Right. Well, from what you just told me on that last take, it sounded like, dang, you ain't getting paid. And if you need me to come to fucking there and negotiate shit, then that's exactly what I'll do, because it sounds like you doing this shit on the arm, and you proved your point at doing shit on the arm, and shit is working now. No disrespect, I know you loyal to the city and to the program and everything else, but time is money, and my nigga Maurice deserves a check. So it sounds like, if you need me to fly in, I'll fly private for that. I'll take it out the budget and I'll get the fuck down there. But Ryan Day, the AD at Ohio State, we see with such an intricate part that Maurice has played with not just the organization, not just his loyalty with mentoring and helping these students. And it just isn't with football. We see what he does with the basketball program at UConn. And it's not a coincidence that UConn are back-to-back champions. It's not a coincidence that Maurice just gets around Ohio State this year, and not saying they hasn't won previous championships, but they haven't won one in 10 years, and he's a winner. When winners are around certain things, it helps other people win. So if you need an agent, just put me in contact with who I need to talk to, because time is money, and obviously Maurice did this out of the love for the program. And he's happy with his backpack and everything, but we need something to fuck in the backpack to solidify this motherfucker. Now, the last thing I'll say before we move on, unless you have something else to say, you killed it this season. Congratulations. If I was you, I would hurry the fuck up and get up to Connecticut because they looking like shit this year. The basketball program. You better go do whatever that fucking winning magic shit you got the fuck going on. Hurry up and get over there because they look like they not going to treat three-peat. And if you don't get there soon, it's going to be fucked up. Now, if you need me to poly some shit up there in Connecticut too, let me know. But we're not going to keep saying Maurice is a nice guy and he's here. Look, y'all got all these assistant coaches and shit, and I ain't throwing nobody under the bus. But what the fuck are they doing? Now, I'm pretty sure they getting a check. Listen, we not going to keep having my man around all this shit, teaching niggas secrets and all this other shit, and he ain't getting paid. Coach Day, Hurley, AD, listen, I'm going to step in now afterwards because I don't want to fuck shit up on camera. But we have to have a conversation immediately. Mo laughing because you know I'm serious.
I got my agent. Yeah, I got my agent.
Yeah. Let me know. I'll be in Columbus tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., nigga. Let me know what I need to do, man. We gonna let y'all get off the high, but we gotta talk some business next couple months, man.
No, so I'm gonna say one thing. So I'm definitely going. I brought this up tonight. The Ohio State Gears retired until next football season. I'm going to see my Huskies in Cincinnati on Saturday. They play Xavier, and I know they're struggling right now. I talk to the coaches all the time. I don't know what's going on. I'm pretty sure they're gonna get it right. They won last night. They beat. I think they beat Butler by 2 points. So that's a good sign. But I'm going to focus back on the Huskies and we'll figure it out. I promise you this. Me and Ohio State, we're going to figure it out. My agent is Cam.
Yeah.
I think once they see this and hear this, and look, hey,
you get that bag, right? Baby. You gets to it, man. You got no time to play no games, man. Let me know.
I will say this, like, I'm being a nice guy right now. I'll say this, and I say this in the most respectful way, right? I think that I just think the attitude and mentality that when I get around these young kids or I get around these coaches, I'm a nice guy, but I'm very ruthless and I'm very serious. And I think that these young guys pick that up. And I don't joke when I say I'm a winner. I win at most of the shit I do. So I win in business real hard. I win being around Ohio State. Like I'm just, I'm easygoing and cool and humble. And I win when I go up to UConn. And I'm not taking anything away from coaches or anybody. But I think when if I talk to the Jack Sawyer, Will Howard, when I talk to Jeremiah Smith and all these young kids, I think that I connect them in a way that influences them. When I do talk to them or they hear me, I challenge people and I talk about winning all the fucking time. And when you on these stages, just like when I was talking to Jeremiah last night, I said, you want to be a guy, nobody give a fuck about what you did against Western Kentucky. Like, nigga, what did you do when it really mattered? You know what I'm saying? And that's why when he came over to the sideline, he looked at me and he kind of looked at me like, yeah, motherfucker, that's what I did, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Right. So, we have these moments. And so, it's going to get figured out. And I'll say this, and I really mean this, there's a few different values. There's value that you get from money. There's value that you get socially. There's value that you get from, I've been away from this thing for 20 years, people trusting you. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I will say is that when you win and you're viewed as the formula of winning, people who have sense says, hey, I need these ingredients in the pot to basically produce what we just produced. And so I don't have to tell these niggas I'm a winner. I fucking win. When I came down there, I was winning. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I say, we going to figure it out because they're good people. And I'm looking forward to, continue the relationship with Ohio State, UConn, and just winning their life. I sent y'all a message. I said, yo, I told you I fucking win. I'm on a winning show. Like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I win.
That's what's up, man. And we love having you, and we appreciate everything you bring to the table. And before we move on, that attitude that you just talked about right now is what it seems like UConn is missing, because when they lost their last game, I don't remember who was looking to. I was skimming through sports a couple days ago. Hurley's exact comment was, I need to learn how to take these nice, talented basketball players and turn them into competitive savages. So basically, and that was his quote. So basically, he said he got a bunch of talent on team, but where the dogs at, nigga? So go get that shit done, Mo. Go tell them niggas what the fuck y'all doing, man. Go dunk on a nigga, slap a nigga, go get ejected, Draymond Green a nigga if you have to, but they need to get back into being competitive spirit, because from Coach Hurley's, it's almost verbatim, I want to say. Nice, talented players to savage competitors. And that's the difference.
So do you know we talked about this vaguely, and I asked a question. I don't know if we ever got to it. I don't know if I put it in the thread and this never got answered. But it was a time I went up there during the season, and I came back and I asked that question. But I'll ask you the question now. He said, he said, one of the hardest things in recruiting now is that parents choose the adversity that their kids want to face. And so back in the day, if you came out the door of your building in Harlem, you had to face whoever on the court, whoever they brought out there, whatever league you had to go into. You didn't choose it. He says now what happens is you have so many parents who will basically put their kid on the AAU team and they choose the adversity and choose the league and decorate the videos. And so he says by the time that they get to college, you don't realize that the kid hasn't went through the ringer of sorts, right? And so that's why I asked you and Mase. And I don't know if I asked y'all this or if I thought about asking y'all this, but I was asking you, like, how would you deal with that? Or like, I guess, what's your thoughts on that? I guess if I'm just asking an impromptu question.
Yeah, listen, that's a great question because I wish I saved this Instagram post I seen. It was like something where there's like, your grandfather had to walk to school, and then your father drove a Nissan to school, and then you're going to drive a Range Rover, and your kid's going to drive a Lamborghini, and his kid's going to drive a Civic, and his kid's going to be broke. Because hard times make hard people as well. Like when you sit there, and that's a great question, because when you sit there and say, let's just use my upbringing, for example. I grew up in Harlem, or anywhere in New York City. Let's just take this for example. If you're from a project in New York City, right? It's not the average. The only other place I've seen like this is Chicago, where it's 25 or more floors in the project, right? So you sit there and you live in this apartment, and it's 7 or 8 or 9 other apartments on that floor. Then you times that by 30. Then you times that by 10, because it's 10 buildings in your projects. So now imagine all the personalities you have to deal with, whether you want to deal with them or not deal with them. You have to see these people every day just to go home. So when you're talking about adversity, it's not just about sports or anything. It's about, yo, I want to find a better way to get out this shit because I hate this nigga. Like, here's a question just to jump off topic. Somebody said, Cam, would you rather have the money and problems or no money and be cool with everybody? And I said, where I'm from, give me the money and the problems, because growing up, it's niggas you ain't gonna like anyway, and you ain't even gonna know why you don't like them when you live in New York. It's a nigga that right now, that if we see each other, we just gonna stare at each other. We've been staring at each other for 35 years. We don't know why. I don't even know why we're ice grilling each other. We just live up the block, out from down the block. We just walk past each other like this for 30 years. Like, and I know in his brain, he like, I wish this nigga do something. And in my brain, I'm like, I wish this nigga do something. And we don't even know why. One day I'm gonna ask the nigga, why don't we like each other? And because then we'll probably have a convo and be like, I don't even know, killer. I don't know what the fuck. You've been looking at me for 30 years. I'm like, you've been looking at me for 30 years. Then it end up being stupid. But that's just the mentality of where we're from. Like, I grew up in a project. I grew up in a tenement, but my grandmother lived in a big building. I hung out with a lot of niggas in the projects. And these projects I used to be in, I won't name them because I ain't trying to start no shit. But one side of the projects, I fuck with the other side of projects. And it's like, yo, just the other side of the projects. It's the same projects on the east side, but this side don't fuck with this side. And you said, and I was on it like, yeah, fuck them niggas. And then when you grow up and get older, be like, what the fuck are we not fucking with these niggas for? And why they not? And it might have been more than to that I'm explaining, but it's just, but at the end of the day, that's the environment you grow up in. So back to answer your question, Mo, when it's like adversity, you're right, because a lot of times you didn't have fathers in your life, or you didn't have our parents to have the opportunities that we had. So when we have situations where we say, yo, my son didn't grow up in Harlem. My son puts in his bio on his Instagram, I'm not from Harlem and I can't help you get a record deal. I'm not on that time. I didn't grow up in Harlem. He wants you to know I don't care. I can't do nothing for you. I'm not that nigga that they call that's my father. I'm not gonna help you. But I like that. I don't want him growing up where I grew up at. He doesn't play sports, but the adversity is different. When you're sitting there and you like, this is an opportunity for me to get out the environment I'm in, you're gonna go hard. When you sitting there going hard, but you still coming home to a 2-floor apartment, gated community, everything else, you're still in a comfortable environment, so how hard are you gonna go? That's basically on you to wanna say, all right, I'm living good, but I still wanna be the best I could be. Not only that, it's kids are figuring ways out to get money, so now it's not even all about going pro. Now it's about trying to get the best NIL deal. You wasn't on the show, but we was talking about Stat had brought up how this new quarterback from Georgia is going to Miami.
Carson Beck.
And he has $10 million guaranteed next year. That's more than a lot of NFL players are going to get. Yeah. So now what is it? Is it about making it pro, or is it about getting the most money you can get? And I don't know the answer to that, because think about this. Carson Beck get $10 million for 1 year, and he fuck around and be Johnny Manziel and don't be shit, but he like, well, at least I cashed in before I wasn't shit. For niggas found out for the gig is up, I grabbed me 12, 13 million. I got a couple million in Georgia, I'm gonna grab 10 here, and now you fuck around and be Johnny Manziel and ain't shit, or the nigga Daniels from the Giants, even though he cashed out, got a big check. But at least before the gig is up, if he ain't shit, you grab some money and that gives you a good start in life. So I was long-winded with the answer you gave me, because I don't know the exact answer, but it's about your environment. Then not just about your environment, it's about how hard you want to go. Because a lot of kids these days are growing up in 2-parent homes, which is sensational, which is dope, because I didn't. But I don't know. I like what I said, but it's like I don't have the exact answer, because to me, environment matters, parenting matters, NIL matters. How far do you want to go? You might get a nigga who said, all right, I did this a couple years, I don't like it no more. Andrew Bynum. Nigga won a couple chips and said, I'm out. Yeah. Everybody thought Andrew Bynum was bugging. Nigga really broke out and dyed his hair blonde, said, I want a chip. Fuck what Kobe and them talking about, man. I ain't got time for this. They're telling me not to pause from 3. I'm leaving. And really left. I couldn't believe this shit.
Yes.
So you don't know what's inside a player's mind, mentality, etc. So sorry about I was long-winded about that. Sorry.
To your point, it is about somebody's drive. The quote that you were saying, so my grandfather walked 10 miles to work every day. My father walked 5 miles. I'm driving a Cadillac. My son is in a Mercedes. My grandson will be in a Ferrari, but my great-grandson will be walking again.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so you guys are up to speed with what we're talking about. Because, it does, even if all the things around you are great, if you don't have that drive to really want it, then you're gonna end up walking again. No matter what resources are given to you. And to your point about Carson Beck, again, happy he's getting all this money, but Maurice, I'm happy that you guys could enjoy a championship win and potentially back-to-back, because meanwhile we had a Pop-Tart Bowl and we got a new quarterback who I don't know what's going on over there. So.
She ain't feeling Carson Beck, man.
I'm really not.
Niggas had a nigga quarterback and niggas don't like it now. They got not a nigga no more. Cam Ward came in there and fucked the culture up. They like, it's going back to what it used to be. We'll see what happens. Stat hating on the nigga. She trying to do it politely, but she ain't feeling Carson Beck.
I have to ask Mike how he's feeling, because we got to be on the same accord, but right?
Yeah, because listen, you got to listen, man. The shit Cam Ward did was sensational this year. I didn't know about him until he got to Miami. Not only sensational, when he interviewing, he tell you nigga on ESPN by accident. See, Stat is a nigga. She just don't like being like,
she like cute about it.
She like all that nigga. Yeah, she a cute nigga. She like, yo, all that. She like when niggas say nigga. She like that the nigga Cam Ward bought the offensive line, diamond chains and all. That's nigga shit. So she gonna miss it. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on.
He's not wrong. It's the truth. We all liked it though.
I loved it.
What?
I loved it. I loved it.
Right there. We all liked it. Like nobody wanted to see this change. See him chilling on South Beach with his girlfriend that's on the basketball team. Like it just it felt like it brought our value down. Not to be dramatic, but that's how it's feeling. So I don't know how next season's gonna be, but we still love Miami.
That wasn't a strong fist, but okay.
It wasn't strong because I can't go like this because that's not what it is. It's different. Anyways, y'all, we're going to go to break. When we return, we will talk about Nick Saban's biggest regret. Don't go anywhere.
Thinking about's toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. What's stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. She wanna be free. Why am I here this woman? She wanna be free. Hell, I don't wanna see her walk away. I wish somebody told me the rules. Disagreements let her win, and it's cool. Even when I'm right, this ain't a...
Welcome back. Now let's get into our underdog picks of the day. So tomorrow the Timberwolves will play the Mavs. Underdog has Anthony Edwards at 26.5 points. Do you have him higher or lower?
Oh, man, that's a good one. Luka isn't playing, so I'm not sure. You know, Ant-Man was talking shit about Kyrie moving into the playoffs last year. Kyrie kind of cooked niggas. Luka ain't there. I'm going to go higher.
Okay. Rudy Gobert is at 10.5 rebounds. Do you have him higher or lower?
I go ahead and nigga Rudy Yogurt. Like, I never seen a big man so soft pause. Like, I don't know. That nigga shot a brick from the 10 rebounds. Yeah, that should be on. You ain't say 10 points. I get 10 rebounds. We'll go higher.
Okay. That whole thing was crazy, but you know, I usually don't say anything. So we gonna let you. You said you never seen a big man so soft. You seen him shoot a brick.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The whole thing was like,
that was crazy. I thought I was safe because
no, we're not doing
Bet. Say no more.
No.
I'm glad you're involved.
Passes.
Okay.
Nobody gets passes.
Yeah. Okay. I like. Woo! Let's do it. Bet.
Like what?
Bet.
Kyrie,
That was crazy.
I'm
was
good.
crazy.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
I said pause though, but sometimes if it's extra, the pause isn't worth it. But okay. No problem, Steph. Let's do it.
Kyrie Irving's at 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Do you have him higher or lower?
It should be higher. Luka ain't there, so I'm going to go higher.
Okay, if you guys like these picks, remember you always get a free pick if you're not already on Underdog, so make sure to support the show, sign up now, and you can make your picks too. So Nick Saban says his biggest regret of his career was leaving LSU to go to the NFL and coach the Dolphins. He said, I found out in that experience that I like coaching in college better because you could develop players personally, academically, and athletically. So Maurice, gonna have you go first. What do you think about what Nick Saban had to say? And then if you were coaching, would you rather coach NFL or college?
Yeah, I think he said the correct answer. He has more power in college, and you have to take context into what he's in the era that he was talking about. You know, when you go to college, you could tell somebody to do what you want. You have all the leverage to make them go to class, the time that they spend on the field, the things they do in the weight room, and just his personality and how I think that he believes that he can get something accomplished. It works well with college kids. When you go to the professional level, you're now talking to men who don't have to abide by and say any and everything that you say. How guys spend their free time, if they're really committed to the sport. Cam just told you before the gig is up. There's a lot of people that when you get to the professional ranks, either the gig is up, a guy doesn't become interested, or just that sort of like old school Sergeant Slaughter mentality of how you lead. It just doesn't work. And so you say, hey, man, am I doing this just to coach ball, or do I actually care about these other elements of kids' lives? And you start to, I think with most things, you start to say, is my life force worth me spending in an NFL, or do I rather go down here to these younger kids and I'm able to coach the way I want to, have influence and have leverage? And so I think that's it. And if I coach, I would go to college. I just think that you could have a bigger impact on just young guys. Kind of for those same reasons, but I just think I just would rather deal with just younger guys who are just trying to develop in life.
Got it. Real quick, Cam, before you go, Maurice, I kind of wanted to test what you said. I was going to say it earlier, but we kind of flip-flop different conversations. The impact you make on so many people and players specifically, I know you're just doing your thing and doing what you love, but people are always talking about how much you've changed their life, even from collegiate level to the pros. Like my friends that play like the NBA are always like, Maurice is such a good guy. Like he helped me out so much. So I just wanted to kind of give you your praise with that because you do help a lot of people out and they always remember the motivational things that you say. And even to me, like you've kind of take like a mentorship position and you're always making sure people are kind of good throughout their careers. So I want to attest to that, especially if you want to do anything else later down the line, people need to know how much you impact, people who are in their field. So I definitely wanted to give you your flowers with that. So I see your reasoning behind that. And then Cam, of course. So Cam, how do you feel about what Nick Saban had to say? And then would you rather coach NFL or at the college level?
First of all, Nick Saban's a fucking power control freak, pause, man. That's all this is fucking about, man. Couldn't tell them niggas in the NFL what you wanted to do and they wasn't listening to you. Then what happened is a lot of niggas know if you go to Alabama that you're going to go to the NFL, or it's a good chance you're going to go to the NFL. His tenure in Alabama, 133 players went to the NFL. I think he had something like 44 first-round picks over his tenure at Alabama. So when you're sitting there saying, damn, I want to go to Alabama because I know where I'm going to go after this. It's a great chance fucking with Nick Saban. We're going to finish in the top 5. We have a chance at a national title. I get to showcase my skills, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know what the fuck happened? NIL kicked in. Nigga said, I quit. I can't fuck with it. No, I'm out. Nah, niggas getting money in college. I don't want to be here. I can't control these niggas no more. Oh, no, I don't want to be here. He's a control freak. So once motherfucking niggas, of course you can't control the niggas in the NFL now. Can he coach? Yes. But telling niggas what to do and getting sassy paws with niggas or getting aggressive with niggas be like, yo, who you talking to, nigga? I'm a grown man. Hey, yo, X and O me out and do the plays and watch your mouth. Because I'm a man. And when he was in college before NIL, he probably was talking crazy to niggas. I bet you we could call a bunch of players and they'd be like, yeah, the nigga was talking crazy. Man. I ain't gonna lie, the nigga was talking wild. But then when NIL kicked in and he lost niggas like Travis Hunter, even though Travis Hunter was gonna go to Florida State anyway, and he couldn't get these big recruits because niggas was offering money, he lost the control and he said, I quit. Yeah, he liked college better because he couldn't control niggas. But as soon as he couldn't control niggas like that and niggas' money in college, he quit. He quit. So whatever, me personally, I would rather coach NFL, me personally, because even like in the business we're in now, or any business that I'm in at this particular point in my life and the age I'm at, it's like, even let's say, that's why I don't deal with artists. Not a lot of artists. If I can help an artist out here, music-wise, and point them in the right direction, this, that, and the third, then I will. But if you ain't Justin Bieber or Justin Timberlake, I don't want to deal with it. Too much to deal with rappers. I ain't got time to teach you how to do a hook, or count your bars, or do ski. Look, I do professional. I'm not elementary school. Nigga come to me, yo, how I do a hook. I don't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Even like Stat. Stat come in ready to go when I met her. She's good to go. If I had to teach her, I couldn't have did it. I ain't got time to teach her how to be a moderator. Look, she was ready. I don't even know how to teach how to be a moderator. I just know what's good. So the point being is, me personally, I would rather coach NFL, but I think it's two things. Nick Saban lost control, and he trying to trick Deion not to go to the NFL. He's trying to hit you with, nah, don't go there, it's crazy. Because if Deion's successful in the NFL and he wasn't, looks like Deion's on another plateau. And now Deion has not nearly had the success that Nick Saban has had in coaching Division I college football, but he only been there 2 years. He's predicted to win 2 games last year. He won 4. He's predicted to win 4 games this year. He ended up winning 9 or something like that. Made it to a bowl game, which they didn't think he was gonna make the Pro Bowl. Now all of a sudden, the Cowboys is hitting niggas. I think this is all a spin. They doing Aflac commercials together. And all. Now, Dion, you don't need all that. Nah, stop. Let Prime do what Prime want to do. And don't stop throwing that salt in the air, Nick. You lost control in college, and now you're trying to act like the NFL ain't all that. I think he's a control freak that lost control, pause, and I don't like it. Me personally, I would coach the NFL, though, because that way I'm dealing with adults instead of having to deal with kids. I don't have time for a Jameis Winston stealing crab legs out of fucking Publix and then have to deal with the athletic director and everything else and be like, yo, let's try and get it to a misdemeanor. Listen, college is tricky. College is real tricky. I got kicked out of college. Pistol whipping a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because I redshirted, I had too much time on my hands, and then I got hurt, and then college is also dangerous. That shit, higher learning is serious. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all seen that movie, but I was in college. My school, now think about this. I went to a school called Navarro Junior College in Corsicana, Texas. Our school was across the street, or not directly, a few blocks away from some Crip projects. And we wore red for our uniforms. And they used to drive on campus and tell niggas, yo, take your jerseys off when y'all leave practice, when y'all walk into. Who the fuck you talk to now? No, Andrew, this is 1994. I'm thinking the only gang members is on TV because there wasn't a lot of Bloods and Crips in New York at the time. I'm like, oh, look, the people from TV, the gang people, they right here. No, I'm not taking my jersey off, bro. You wildin'. And this when you go to Walmart and grab a pistol and everything else. And I didn't know it was that serious, which then eventually I learned it was that serious. But I only knew about gangs in California at the time. But school can be dangerous. It can be dangerous. They got shootouts on campus, all type of shit when I was there. I'm doing with the adults.
You've lived a life.
Yeah, man.
I have so many questions about your college experience.
Yeah, Navarro Junior College, man. Corsicana, Texas. Shout out to all them, the Bulldogs, man, down there, man.
I'm dead. Because meanwhile, like, my college had, like, barber shops, nail salons.
Well, you went to a university.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I was actually supposed to go to the University of Miami. You know, we touched on this briefly. I ain't passed my SATs. Not only did I not pass my SATs, I didn't go back to school once basketball season was over. I thought they could get me in there anyway, which they couldn't. But they got me into a junior college, and my plan was supposed to go there for a year or two and then go to Miami, but I ended up being a rapper.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah, me too. I'm very happy too. My career would have been over playing professional sports a long time ago. I flipped and quadrupled this motherfucker. Word.
Okay. So Cam Newton talks about his struggles with no longer being Superman to his 8 kids after losing his NFL salary. He said, being in the NFL, everyone knows there's a large sum of money that comes to you in a short span of time. And being away from the game for 3 years, those checks don't come in the same. I got 8 kids. It hurts me knowing that I can't provide like I once did. And it hurts thinking that I'm Superman, but in reality, I'm just a man. Maurice, how do you feel about what Cam Newton had to say and then just losing NFL salary over time when you're not actively playing?
Oh, I don't feel sorry for him losing the NFL salary. Happens to people who quit playing. But that's just lifestyle. Yeah,
that's real.
Motherfucker made $100 million. Like, don't nobody feel bad for a nigga who made $100 million, right? You know what I'm saying? But what I thought about just lifestyle, and just anybody who had money, he probably just had his kids, whatever they wanted, whatever came up, like he probably just bought and did whatever. And what ends up happening is that the threshold for what a kid understands is normal, like, motherfuckers be buying out Disney World and taking all type of extravagant trips and doing all type of crazy shit, right? And, once you get done and you have to adjust back to life, that shit is like, what business do you have? What cash flow do you have producing? And how do you manage your day-to-day finances, right? And so you started these habits probably with these kids that they just expect to keep on coming, and even with his children's mothers. And I'm making assumptions, you know what I'm saying, right, as to probably child support you paying and other things like that. And so at times where he probably just was like, hey man, shit's getting tight, because when you Cam Newton, you're not staying in like regular fucking homes and cars and all of that stuff that goes into lifestyle because you still have an image to project and all this other stuff. And so I just know how when you get in a bunch of money, you can fuck up a bunch of money just because you're not counting it. And what he was really saying when I seen that clip is that, like, hey, I used to fuck up a bunch of money on my kids and now I just can't do reckless shit, but I've created a habit of them believing that probably whatever they want and get are just whatever I can imagine. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people have been through that shit, but that's how people end up running into financial situations. And I'm not saying that this is his situation, but, and I didn't watch the whole thing, the whole interview, just for context. But, hey, he's aware of it. I hope he addresses it. And I wouldn't want to see him go broke or fucked up. So that's my 2 cents on it.
I love that take, Mo, because he made $133 million over his NFL career. That's not even dealing with endorsements when he was with Under Armour or Nike or whatever. And you know what would be crazy to me, Mo? I know niggas who had $100 million and shit. I've never had $100 million. And niggas be calling me, asking me for a loan. I'll be like, yo, you had $100. What are you talking about? You had $100 at one time, a couple times. Can I let? No, man, yo, my nigga, nah. I'm getting a little pet peeved about it right now, thinking about the shit. You had $100 a couple times. Can I lend you? Anyway, sorry, just a little personal shit. That when you said you had $100, I was feeling sorry for you, nigga. I dig that. I thought, and I like that take, because I was going somewhere else and you gave me a flashback. You had $100. This century. It ain't like you had $100 in 1983 or something. You had $100 this century. It's hard to feel bad, but what I will say about this is for Cam Newton, on a serious note, I was serious about that because not Cam Newton, I was just thinking about some other shit, is that what I will give Cam Newton credit for is the humility that for him saying that.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas will be like trying to act like they still on this high and this, that, and third. And I don't think Cam Newton is broke whatsoever. I just think that he can't do things that he used to do. And it's probably bad because I remember Kobe, God bless the dead, playing his last game with the Lakers. And he had 60 points, I believe, or something like that. And his daughter was like, Dad, I never seen you do that before. Because now she was old enough to start understanding basketball and getting it. And it was like, damn, it's the tail end of his career. So one of his youngest daughters didn't get to understand how much of a mega superstar he is. And when you get to that point where your kids are understanding what you do and you can't do the things you used to do, it's like, damn, man, it kind of probably bothers you. Like, let's take my son, for instance, right? By the time my son was probably 4 or 5 years old, he probably been on 7 tours, 8 tours. Like, Cam was with me on tour after tour, back-to-back tours, city to city. Everywhere I went, he went. Every summer, every weekend, whether he's in school, if he ain't have school or anything, he was with me. So by the time I kind of slowed down doing music, probably the time I was 2011, 12, I was just, doing other business and stuff. And he'd be like, Dad, you're not doing the show? You're not doing the show? I'm like, nah, Cam, I'm off that. And he's like, why you ain't doing shows? And I'm like, because I know how to budget my money and I don't have to go out there for pennies, thank God. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we're not in a space where we're making the money getting shows, Cam, that we made 7, 8 years ago. But we good, nigga. What you want to do? But at the end of the day, he had to question that. Now the crazy shit is moving forward, another 10, 15 years later. Now I'm getting more money than I get in my height. Nah, I ain't gonna say that now, I'm exaggerating. But I'm getting wild bread. Like when niggas call me for shows, that's why I be like, niggas be like, yo, and I'm not bragging about this. This is not to brag, it's just about the work ethic, the nostalgia that's going on with things that went on in the early 2000s, late 90s, and the testament of younger people wanting to know about that nostalgia, that I get a pretty good penny to do a show. And if I don't get what I ask for, I don't go. Because I'm just fortunate enough to be in that position not to have to go if I don't want to go. But I understand where he's coming from, but You got a hundo. So I think that he's good financially. I don't know whatever, but yeah, you're going to have to budget if you're not getting the same money that you got. And to your point, Mo, when you get money in the beginning of your career, you think that's the way life's going to be, especially as a musician. That's why I say I love the way my career went music-wise more than anything in the world, because my first album came out, my first 2 albums, they went gold. But you got to think about it. I'm around niggas like Murder who's selling 3-4 million. So gold, for people that don't know, is 500,000. Platinum is 1 million sales. So I'm like, I wasn't even happy with the shit. I sold 2 gold albums, and then I didn't really know the business. I'm getting jerked around. That's how the fuck I ended up in Columbus. You know what I'm saying? It's playing my money. I had to go bust some moves and shit. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I figured it out, and I got another opportunity to say, okay, I learned the business. I know what's going on. So if I get it right this time around, I got to think about how this is going to go. Because listen, when you're 20, 30's a million miles away. You know, I ain't nowhere in 30.
Yes.
Then but then when you're 30, 40's a million miles away. Then when you're 40, that shit go quick. Like, you got to think about this, right? Like how status like 30's a million miles away. I'm at stat, she 21, she gonna be 24 in a couple months.
Yeah.
That's how quick it go. Wouldn't even think that we was hanging out for 2-3 years already, but it goes that fast. So she like, yeah, but you're gonna be 25 next year, stat. so you're just 20, 21, then now look, you're halfway to 30. And let me tell you something, when you're 25, you're closer to 30 than you are to 20. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, good food for thought. And then, I mean, just to Cam Newton's defense, like kind of like you said, I do think it's cool that he was really transparent about what was going on, because a lot of people do try to hide that. Like, obviously, when you live a certain lifestyle, you want to maintain that. My only thing just about it all is just like, I mean, I know you can do whatever you want, but 8 kids is a lot. Mm-hmm. So trying to provide for 8 kids, I feel like, you know what? As long as he's doing his best, hey.
Hey, I'm going to say this, that, to that point, too, Stat. At least he ain't denying them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Niggas out here denying after about 3. Niggas like, yo, listen, where's the blood test at, man? The fuck going on now? Yeah. I'd have a vasectomy. I'm shooting. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. That ain't my... All type of shit start coming out the woodworks after a while. So the fact that he's claiming them, I'm saluting for that, too. I don't know if he did try not to claim them, though.
No, he claims them.
No. What I'm saying is, initially, you know how nigga like, give me the blood test, man.
Yeah.
Give me the blood test. It's funny, and I'm not being this to be funny, but it's hilarious because it's a meme that goes around. It's kind of old, where Paul George is holding his kid, and shout out to Paul George too. It's not no diss towards him. It's just funny. Because Paul George didn't believe it, and I'm pretty sure his kid is probably 7 or 8 now, but he was holding his baby, and he was saying to the baby mother originally, because this was when he was young, that he didn't want to have the baby and so on and so forth. He wasn't sure if it's his. But he's holding the baby, and the baby's looking at him like with this face. And then the caption was, wasn't you trying to kill me, nigga? I didn't make that up. You can probably Google it and see it, but this what's going on out there, niggas. I salute a nigga for claiming them, taking responsibility. Google it. I can't Google it. You're gonna think I made this up. Google it. Bet sure it pop right up. I wanted my kid.
Shout out to Cam Newton. That's all the time that we have for today. Maurice, pleasure to have you. And again,
Mo, congratulations, man. Appreciate you, man.
My man. Hey, I do want to say something before I go.
Yeah.
It's totally off topic, and I seriously mean this. And I know you talked about your run and stuff being nostalgic, but I'm gonna speak for the fans. I speak for everybody else. You know what I really think that people actually do enjoy, though. I always say this when I look at you and Mase, and I just be saying to myself, I said, what is it that you like actually like, right? And I think it's a portion of our culture who influenced us when we was younger that you never get a chance to see them grow up. And I know that it may sound corny and crazy, but seeing you grow up or seeing Mase grown up, it's like with black people, we get lost. They disappear. They just like niggas who used to have so much influence over you or used to steal stuff from, so I think I can speak for the fans and everybody else. I think that's a part of it. Just watching dudes grow up is fun.
Yeah, and listen, Mo, that goes for you as well. A lot of people, I'm not gonna say a lot of people do it and a lot of people don't. I think that you being on this platform and people see how mature you are and how much you bring to the show, not just personality-wise, helping us with throughout the week, sending topics before you come on the show. It's a lot of things that you do behind the scenes that people don't know. And to see your growth from the time you were growing up and playing high school to college football to today, I think a lot of people need to go watch Maurice Clarett's 30 for 30 special on ESPN, if you could find it or wherever it's streaming at, to see what Mo went through to where he's at today. You'd be like, get the fuck out of here. The nigga from It Is What It Is, that's him on the 30 for 30? Nah, that ain't that nigga. The wild nigga, that's him. So the story, I feel the same way about you, man. I'm so happy for your growth and where you're at today.
There we go. So if anybody do want to check it out, it's on Disney. You can. It's called Youngstown Boys. So
yep,
it's called Youngstown Boys on Disney Plus or whatever the app is called.
Yo, y'all need to go check that out as soon as this show is over. You'd be like, nah, get the fuck out of here. That was Mo. 30 for 30 Youngstown Boys. Super dope. They edited the director, the editors are super dope. One of the best 30 for 30s I've seen.
Fire. Well, thank y'all all for watching, and as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two big necks, like when they doing them 2 for $5.